Hi, I'm Jackie Rabbit. Most of you know me. I want to talk to you about some post-op results I had yesterday. I went for a follow-up to my breast surgeon, and I do definitely need a revision, and I want to talk about some of the things that you go through in surgery and revisions. So, thumbs up the video. Go subscribe, click the bell so you get the new topics when I post them. Let's talk about revisions and post-op results. Come check it out. Post-op results. They're not always perfect. Some of you remember when I went through vocal surgery, the night I went home, I sneezed. I blew the stitch right off the vocal cord, had to go back. I was so distraught. I was in my doctor's office crying, and she just took care of me. You know, revisions aren't the biggest problem in the world. I know friends who've had to go for revisions, and they get so stressed out and so upset. And, well, I did too. At the very first thought of it, I thought, oh no, it's going to be this revision, and I'm worried about this, and I'm worried about that. Well, until an actual problem happens, don't worry about it. Just deal with what comes, and remember, your surgeons and your doctors are there to get you through this process. They know you need help, and they're going to do that for you. So don't worry. I know it's hard, but hear me. I've gone through it. I'm going through it, have one yet again, and it's not going to faze me. It's no big deal. It's just part of the process. So I went to post-op follow-up yesterday with my breast surgeon, and I called this meeting because I noticed there was some asymmetry between the breasts that was becoming a little more significant than I was pleased with. At the same time, cisgender females have quite a bit of asymmetry in their breasts. It's not the biggest problem in the world. And my cisgender female friends were like, oh, Jackie, you're just like every other woman. Don't worry about it. Well, I have options, and I really wanted to go see what he would say. What happened is on my right breast, I think what it was is at work, I was lifting things far too early, not really following doctor's orders. Somewhere in the 3rd or 4th month, I decided I was perfectly fine and started lifting things over my head. Kind of heavy things too. I should never, ever have done that because I have under the muscle breast implants. I should have let them heal for 6 months and not been lifting big things, and probably just decided not to do that to myself for the rest of my life. One can get by without pushing 80 pounds up over their head on a regular basis. But I did it at work, and I thought I was doing what I was supposed to, and I realized now that wasn't so smart. So the breast tissue is on top of the muscle. The implant is under the muscle, and the muscle moves across this way. And when you contract your pectoral muscle, it pushes extremely hard this way. And the only place for the breast implant to go is that way and that way. Basically diagonally, right that direction. And that's what it did. Underneath, right here, where the breast has its definition, it moved down. So it's like an inch in the wrong direction, which for a 50-year-old woman, I will tell you, is pretty natural. But the other one, and see, here's the weird thing. The other one is a little high. It never quite dropped all the way down this way. So it's just a tad high. So when you have one a little high and one a little low, the differences are kind of dramatic. So he took a look at everything, and at first we were like, well, what are we going to do? He's like, well, we could drop this one down, move it where it's supposed to be because it's a little that way and it's a little high. Or we could move this one up, or we could take them both out and put them over the muscle and under gland. And we talked about it for a while, and I said, I don't really know what to do either. I mean, my options are do nothing, do something, move one up, move one down. I guess, as you pointed out, take them out and put them under gland. I don't know. What do you want to do? What should we do? Ultimately, he decided that we should take the fascia and the muscle and pin it back on this one so that it's more similar to the left one. Well, that sounds perfectly reasonable to me, and it's kind of always been the idea in my head, so I'm very comfortable with that. And we're going to go ahead and do that surgery the day before Thanksgiving. The good news about this is I don't have to do any Thanksgiving dishes. So not having to do dishes is a little bit of a plus, but at the same time, I do like hanging out in the kitchen with my girlfriends, getting the chores done. It's kind of something that we do together. And it's part of my Thanksgiving tradition, so I guess I'll just hang out and give moral support, if anything else. So I'm going to wrap that whole idea up. It's normal to have revisions on some surgeries, and it's not a big deal. You may have to do some revisions. I've had to do them on the vocal cords. I'm going to have to do them on this breast, and it's not a big problem. You just do it. And I've had them done on other things. My motorcycle accident had lots of revision work. My knee, my groin, one of the hernias that resulted. There were lots of revisions that needed to be done. And some things I opted not to do at all. And I look back and think, well, maybe I should have. My right knee is really unstable and I have to wear a knee brace on it all the time. But I don't know if they could have fixed it or not. It was pretty beat up, so who knows? All I know is this is important to me. I will go and get the revision done. Nothing's in jeopardy. Nothing's mobile. But it is what it is. I thought the one interesting thing that the surgeon said was, as he's kind of like lifting and pressing on it, he's like, well, it is a really big breast, so it's a bit heavy. I'm thinking, I don't think it's that big. It's just a D. It fits me, but I don't know. I don't see myself that way. I told this to one of my friends, and they're like, yeah, Jackie, you already get stares. You got big boobs. And I'm thinking, I don't feel like I have big boobs, but okay, whatever you say. I like them. So I want to talk to you about something else now. This is something new. So for those of you that have been following along with me, you've kind of noticed and asked a few times about my own personal story. What's going on in my life that I'm not sharing? Well, there's quite a bit of things that I don't share. And the reason for some of those things is that that story doesn't kind of belong to me. Sometimes it's about other people, so I don't share that. And sometimes it's because this channel is about support, trans support. And so my topics are about positive things, helping you get through transition. That's what this channel's about. But it occurred to me, as somebody else was noticing that I don't really share some of these personal things, that I could in a different format. So in the comments below, I'd like to know what you think. Should I open a Patreon page that has more personal info for those who are truly interested in what's going on in my life day by day? I'm kind of weird and interesting, and I do a lot of weird and interesting things. And I think people want to know about it. So maybe that's something I need to do. And the reason I'm thinking Patreon is I don't want to just have it out there floating around aimlessly. That's kind of personal, right? But you guys are my friends. I want to kind of tell you what's going on with me. Maybe that's the way to do it. So what I would do with my Patreon is set it up different ways. Personal story and that sort of thing. Surgery story, that sort of thing. Whatever you think it is that you want to know about most. And what I want to do is, I'm not very wealthy. I don't make a lot of money. But I do have some surgeries I really want to do. I want to have a Brazilian booty lift, and I want to be sculpted, and I want a big booty and big hips, and don't know how to achieve that. I guess I can save all my money, but if you're interested, the Patreon page will be there for you to help me get to that goal. The same thing with my bottom half facelift. I'm desperately saving to do that. And again, maybe that's what I'll do with it. These are just ideas. But what I really want from you is comments down below. Should I do that? Should I have something just for you, my friends, in a Patreon format? Let me know what you think. Anyway, that's it for today, and I want to remind you, if you're looking for friends, an ear to listen, and you're going through this process and you know you're not alone but can't quite find people that want to talk to you about it, transgenderpulse.com is where I recommend you go. Tell them Jackie sent you. Also, remember, this is an important thing for me. I really truly care what's going on with you. It is really important to me to support you, let you know that by my sharing, I'm hoping you find ways to continue on every single day and keep going forward. Take care of yourself, my friend. I'll see you next time. Bye. I had thought about actually being a troll and living under the bridge. That way I could charge people to go over and afford some surgery. I know I do something goofy most of the times at the end. I am a goofy person. I mean, truly, I am kind of a nut. And I really like doing those little goofy things, but today I just wanted to tell you, I'm really having fun doing this channel, and I'm glad you watched all the way to the end. So this is just for you. Hey, thank you.